Hey everybody, just wanted to check in. Today is February 14th, and we had some snow yesterday, which was nice. I like snow. Snow is something that I thoroughly enjoy, both to just physically see, to be in, to drive in. I enjoy plowing it, so everything about snow I just like, and honestly, we don't get enough of it, and it's reminiscent. At least now it's a little bit of nostalgia. Brings me back to my childhood when I actually remember having a winter with snow. It's kind of nice, in Pennsylvania. It's kind of a thing we're supposed to have, and we don't get it that much anymore. So it is nice to have some snow. Just want to kind of do a little bit of a catch-up video, a little bit of everything. And just want to go over a few things with you, so figured you can come along with me. I'm going to check the buckets for the sap. The last 2 days in a row, I've gotten 0 gallons, zero. Between the storm yesterday and the day before that, it was a little too warm, so we've gotten nothing. So we've had a bit of a pause. But today, should have something. I'm going to actually empty it later, but I want to go check it now, and y'all can come with me. But first, we're going to go over the stove here. Some changes I made before the last batch that I cooked up worked out really well. So this is a full 20 feet of copper tubing. This worked out really well, warmed up very, very nicely. Connected into there still. Then using this valve with a compression fitting, that worked really well too, to help. Not only was I able to control this valve here for going into the coil, but I could control how it's coming out here as well too. So that worked out really, really well. I do have to snug up the compression just a little bit more, but it worked well. Cleaned the pans, used some vinegar, which actually helped really well getting that part that had burned off. The other changes I made was putting that wall in the back here of the stove. Let me get a better view of it with the door open. There we go. You can actually see up into there. I probably should take the other pan out, but that's okay. You get the picture here. That wall is right here. So it kind of forces the fire to stay in the section of where the pans are. I was having an issue with the fire drift going back into here. So I was actually getting fire back here. Well, there's no use for the fire there. The fire needs to be here. I didn't have any draft issues. It actually pulled draft very, very well. I didn't need to use a fan that much. I do believe this intake is still necessary, so that helps. I would leave the door cracked a little bit, like that. And that actually kept it going really well. As you can see, like it got white hot here in the front, which was nice. And you can actually see that grill from my barbecue, it warped a little bit, but that's okay. It's still good, still usable. And I think also lowering the height of this grill, I had it up higher, and I think that was too much before. This time, it seemed to work just perfect. There's actually, let me pop this off. There's just enough space to get in here, which is nice, for that initial air to get in, but I don't want too much. So that has just enough gap there, which is really, really good. So this worked out really, really well. So we'll just keep plugging away, making some changes. I do want to make some measurements here to see about ordering an actual legitimate evaporator pan for next season, not this year. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll check the first tree here, the black maple. We do have some dripping going here, which is good. Something is better than nothing, so it's not a lot. Still have the rest of the day to go here. The wind shifted this one a bit. Oh, and this is why. That is why you put these on the south side so that they don't freeze. But that's okay. So that's something. And Ah, it looks like there were children here checking on them. That's why. And, all right. Okay. Not too shabby. This was actually a pretty heavy snow that came for us. Probably finished with about 10 inches or so. By the time the sun came out yesterday, and it melted quite a bit. It was in the mid 40s yesterday at the end of the day, so it definitely melted some of this on top of it being an already heavy snow. But yeah, I'd say about 10, maybe 11 inches before it started melting, but heavy. Tractor didn't like it too much, but that's all right. Well, another frozen one. Okay. Still got some drips going in there, which is good. Just a little bit. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess that we're going to have maybe a total of a gallon today, if that. But something is better than nothing at this point. And I'm still really contemplating tapping the 2 black walnuts we have. I might have to just to do one batch. Ooh. Nice in that one. And a moth, but not much in that bucket. Not much in that, actually none in that bucket. Actually, I'm gonna predict that I'm not even gonna get a gallon today. In fact, it's cold enough that I may just not collect today. I may just wait till tomorrow. It's cold enough, so I'm not worried about it going bad. So that's not a really worry. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because we have a little wind today too. And I've noticed wind will prevent trees from dripping as well. The sap is redirected to the, oh man, wind really got this. The wind gets redirected up into the tree so that the tree can stabilize itself. So if you have, we got a little bit of a breeze today, but nothing crazy. But windy days, I think it's a good rule of thumb that you're probably not going to get a lot, if anything, if it's super windy. We had some wind yesterday too. So we're just going to go ahead and probably call today a wash. That's maybe a half gallon. Maybe. I doubt it. But let's go inside and warm up, shall we? Actually, quickly before we go inside, the snow was so wet yesterday that it's actually created a roof on the chicken pen, which so far appears to be handling the weight, but once we get up in temperatures a little bit, this will all melt down. They're not happy that their yard is covered in snow, but let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, got a couple eggs in here, huh? We very thankful for these chickens. Our old ones are not laying anymore. Let's see, six of the old ones are not laying. I think 6 or 7. 7 of the old ones are not laying, which is fine because we've replaced them. And this is probably gonna be their last winter. They're all inside actually. But these are all the layers, and that's our big boy poppers. That right, Pops? Yeah. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Pleasure doing it. That's my girl Chippy. Chippy. We think she's an English breed. So whenever I talk to her, I speak in an accent. May and all the no names. Yeah. Yeah, that's so. All right. Alrighty, so today is a bit of a cleaning day. It's a slow day. The work I've needed to do has been done, which is good. And so that means it's maintenance time. For those of you who may be new to the channel, there's a lot of things I haven't really talked about on the YouTube channel. Some people who do know me may know a little bit more about me. So my name's Christoph. It says it on the channel. Nice to meet you. 37 years old. I have a family, a wife, 2 daughters. I spent time in the Army, 6-year Army vet, Army National Guard for Pennsylvania. I was deployed to Afghanistan in 2008, got out of the Army in 2009. Criminal justice, a bachelor's in criminal justice from Mansfield University. Worked as security for a major hospital in the area in 2 locations. I was a service rider for VW. I was a salesman for VW. I worked at a small VW Audi Porsche shop as a service rider slash parts guy. Worked for a major utilities company in the area who fired me for doing my job. Their words, exact words. There's a story there. Save that for another time. And I own my own automotive detailing business. So that's a little bit about me. And if you go look throughout my channel, I have chainsaw videos. I have some gun videos. I have some car videos. A little bit of everything. I'm a very versatile person. I am so thankful for all the skills that I've been able to build up over my lifetime, and they're not my own. They've been given to me by the Lord, and I'm very, very thankful for that. So, but I say all that is because some of you may be new. You may have discovered me from a gun review. You may have discovered me from the maple syrup stuff or chainsaw stuff and subscribed, in which I'm thankful to all of you. The fact that I actually have people who subscribe and they like my videos and they comment on it and they share it. The fact that that exists means that there are people who want to see the content that I am putting out there, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm not looking to make this a huge thing, but I do enjoy it. I enjoy having some form of an outlet to be able to reach others. Typically, I will put out content that I feel people want to see because it's something that I couldn't find when I was looking for something. So, for example, gun reviews. Perfect example is the Rock Island Armory lever action 410. This guy right here, which belongs to, well, legally belongs to me, but this is my daughter's turkey gun. She loves lever action, and for her to shoot turkey, she's not quite big enough yet for 20 gauge. So we went with a 410, and she had a single shot before this, and we wanted something with, a capacity, and so we went with this. But when we were looking to buy this, I could not find any reviews of this one. Rock Island they do have a pump action, and I found lots of reviews for that, but none for the lever action. So one of the first gun reviews I made was on this. So I say that because that's the perfect example of me wanting to put out content that I could not find. So it's something that was useful, that would have been useful for me. I feel others may have the same thoughts. So that's why really half the videos on my channel exist. What's the point of doing a review that everybody else has done? Even the maple syrup stuff, I hesitate because, man, there are so many maple syrup videos out there. I mean, there's a ton. Chainsaw stuff, there's a ton. So gun stuff, there's a ton. I would know. I'm subscribed to a lot of this content myself. So, but I also understand I have a different point of view than a lot of other people. So if you find what I have interesting to say, perhaps we think similar. you want to hear my specific point of view, which may be different from others in the gun community, in the chainsaw community, in the maple syrup community. I tend to believe I do have a pretty unique way of looking at things, but I'm biased, but I'm also the one that has to live with myself. So, but that's essentially a little bit overview. I realize that a lot of you may not even know who I am, what I do, why I'm even here. So this is also this is my office. It's a walk-in closet, but I converted it into my office because I also do podcasting. I have a podcast that I do. Actually, I've taken a little break from it this year, but I'm going to be getting back into it in March. But I covered the story of every single Medal of Honor recipient. The podcast is called Tales of Honor Podcast. You can find it wherever you listen to media. I have a link on my actual YouTube channel at the very bottom that you can go to there for the YouTube as well. So, but today, like I said, I don't have much else to do, so today's going to be a cleaning day. I figured this would not be a bad time to just kind of do a little, kind of a chat, kind of an introduction, talk to you all. This is my personal carry pistol. It is a 6-hour P365X. I wanted the X specifically when I was looking for a pistol. Before this, I had a Springfield XDS in 45 caliber. That is what I had, and I wanted to move into something newer. I wanted to kind of get out of 45 caliber, and I wanted to get into 9mm. I had that pistol, I think, for 7 years. I'd had it for a while, and it was time for something a little bit more, I don't want to say modern, but updated, because the micro compact or the compact carry market had changed a ton in that time period. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't have much history on this I don't have much knowledge to say this as a definitive fact, but I would say that SIG either led the way on the micro compact, or they had a good hand in accelerating it for sure when they released the 365. And so I did my research. I was actually looking at the Springfield Hellcat, and because I'm like, well, I already have Springfield. I try to stay loyal to a brand, which is why I was considering that. And then I went to a range and tried both the 365 and the Hellcat, and they were both fine. The Hellcat was fine. Didn't mind it. It was a little snappier. And at the time, this was 2024. This was probably this was late 2020. I think this was October of 2020 when I did this. I believe that's correct. At the time, the X had been out for a little bit, and the Hellcat, they only had that. Now they have the Hellcat Pro, which is probably more equal to the 365 XL, the longer slide, but also the longer grip module as well too. So what's nice about the X is you have the grip module of the XL, so it's longer. You can get, I have big hands. I can get more of my hands on that, but you retain the shorter 365 slide. That's why I went with it. Actually, so before the X came out, and by the way, I didn't shoot this recently, but it's been a little bit since I cleaned it. This is, I guess, a good time to just do some little carry maintenance. It's been a little bit. I don't clean my stuff to perfection all the time. Unless I really get it dirty, then I'll do a cleanse. But just for an everyday carry stuff, I try to give it a once over. Once over, dust it, clean it, lube it, put it back in. So, but a lot of people were taking the 365 and buying the XL grip module and essentially making a 365X. The only difference is the 365 did not come optic cut. That's the nice thing about the X is it comes optic cut. And you also get a flat trigger, which was, you had the option of a flat trigger or not. No, maybe you didn't get the option. I think you got the option with the 365X. So that's why I chose this. I tend to like it. It is a little snappy, but it's also not meant to be a duty gun. It's not meant to be a battle gun. It's not meant to be, you know, a big, long range heavy hitter. You know, it is meant to be something that is easily concealable. It's meant to be something that is definitely very manageable. I mean, it has definitely taken its place among popular pistols in the United States in the last several years. So it can't be too wrong if it's become that popular. So I tend to like it. I liked it enough that when we were looking for pistols for my wife, I had her try mine, and she liked it. So we bought her one. And that's so we have two of them. They're both set up with a Holosun HS 407K. I understand, you know, there's a bunch of purists out there that are screaming about it being a Holosun. I don't care. It works. It works well. It works well enough for my for my application. Again, you know, I'm not a cop. I'm not law enforcement in any way, shape, or form. I practice with it, so I'm familiar with how it works. I'm not rolling around in the dirt with it. All the torture tests that people have done with optics, I don't want to say they're laughable because I understand why they have to be done. I get it, having a baseline, but the average person, and I'm glad that those tests are done because it informs someone like myself who's the, you know, okay, I'll be generous to myself. Maybe I'm slightly above average. I'll be nice. You know, someone like myself can look at that and go, well, I don't. I'm not running around dropping my pistol at heights. I'm not, you know, doing competitions, none of this stuff. So if it can hold up to that, it can hold up to what I'm doing. The reality is every day I go out, this goes in my belt. Sometimes even just around the property, I have it. So if it can handle a torture test, it can handle my usage. That's fine. It goes to the range. My only gripe with it actually is I wish the rear iron sight on it was a little bigger. I wish it was a little taller, but that's okay. That's why you practice and train and get good at what you have and use it proficiently. So that's the story why I have this. I did upgrade to the Wilson Combat grip module, which I like a lot better than the stock one. It's just slightly wider this way, and it feels a lot better in my hand. Also, the texture grip is stippling in the back here, and the texture on the side is much nicer, especially when it's hot and you're sweaty. I can feel it when it's hot out and I have to grip it. The only negative is if it's hot out and this is up against my stomach, it can hurt a little bit. It can scratch, but you just build up a stomach callus and you'll be good to go. My wife's does not have this. Her hand actually, she prefers the stock module, which makes sense because her hands are smaller than mine. It would be weird if they were the same size. I also have upgraded spring kit for this, which lightens the trigger. And I'm blank. M Carbo. I was going to say I'm blanking on it, but M Carbo. I had a batch of ammo a couple years ago now that I kept getting light strikes, and I didn't know if it was the spring kit or if it was the ammo. So On the spot, I went back into the house. I swapped out the spring kit and went back to the stock springs and went back out and shot that same batch of ammo, and I was getting light strikes. My theory is that it was just after that whole primer shortage and ammo shortage of 2020, and my theory, and I saw this in a lot of other videos as well too, it kind of confirms it. My theory is that it was because of the shortage on primers that companies were using small rifle primers in pistol caliber um, cartridges. So knowing that, it was a tougher, because rifle firing pins are going to have more velocity behind them compared to a striker fired pistol. So I haven't had an issue since. Maybe a random round here or there, but as far as how often it happens, and it's usually happening with target ammo um, and not like hollow point carry ammo. It's not happening with that. So that's my theory, is that it's just it's the primers. So it's happened so infrequently now. I'm not really concerned about it, but it has a very nice light trigger pull, which definitely helps counter the snappiness of the smaller pistol. And yeah, so it's been a great pistol. I absolutely like it. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who is looking for it. My only gripe, and has nothing to do with this pistol specifically, it has more to do with the brand. 6 Hour does, they have some good stuff, but my issue is the fact that their magazines are so dang expensive. That is my only problem with this pistol as a whole, is that their mags are so expensive. Other than that, I mean, who doesn't want to pay over $50 for a magazine, right? It's ridiculous, especially when you know that Glocks are, you can find a Glock mag, just lying around under a rock. I probably have 5 of them in my backyard buried somewhere, and I didn't even put them there. So that's it. I love this. I love this gun. It's great. Great carry pistol. It's also a good looking pistol. It's nice. Works well. So 12 rounds, for those who are not familiar with it, holds 12 from the factory. The 365X holds 12. The regular 365 holds 10. The XL also holds 12. Then you get into, they have such a huge line now between the macro, the X comp, all that stuff. So there we go. That is my everyday carry pistol. So that is now clean and ready to go. So that is that's it. I think that's all I really got for today. Just wanted to kind of have a chat with y'all and show you some other stuff. And I do have another review that I want to do, another gun review. And I guess I could kind of tease it now. I probably could tease it. Let me see. You tell me if you want me to do a review of this or not. All right, so you tell me if you want a review of this or not. I know to a lot of you this may look like a total FUD gun, but I don't have all the information on this, which is a shame, because I wish I did. But this is a 1942. I believe it's 1942. Let me look it up real quick, because I'm pretty sure I have it written down. 1941. This is a 1941 Mauser Mod 98 carabiner. Now it's been sporterized, so this is not the original stock, and the barrel has been cut, as was the case for many Mausers that got sporterized, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I do want to do a video on this. So it's all, yeah, you let me know if you want a review of this. It's chambered 8mm Mauser, and it is all matching numbers, which is unique. The only thing that's not original to this scope mount and the scope are not original, but I needed to put something on here to keep it, to at least make it operational. Very heavy trigger, but yeah, let me know if this is something you would like to see a full review on. It's pretty cool. Packs a punch, I'll tell you that. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. That's all I got for now. Hopefully you are all having a wonderful day wherever it is you are, evening, whatever generic time of day that you're watching this. I hope it's a good one. And that is all I have. One of these days, I'll come up with a nice, catchy tagline here at the end to be able to be like, and that's the way it was, or stay classy, or something. I don't know. I don't even know what to do. But hope you all have a blessed day. Spend time with your family. Just remember that the only people that will remember that you stayed late at work is your family. That's all I got. See you on the next video.